Hey, what's good, everybody? It's me, your hero, Benjamin Banks, and you're watching Leveling Up with Benjamin Banks, and it is a brand new episode of Who's That Cosplayer? And joining me today is somebody that I have known for quite a while. I finally met them at, I was about to say Heroes Con, but it wasn't Heroes Con. It was Mega Con in Florida, and that is the Despair King himself, Despairkingoshu. Oshu, how are you doing today?
Good, how are you?
Hey, I am doing fantastic, and I'm not even going to ask you where you are right now because it's probably going to end with your mom's house.
Well, it is my mom's house, but
no, all right, I got to tell everybody this story. So, you guys know that I interview cosplayers in character when I'm at conventions, and Oshu was cosplaying as Okuyasu, and I can't remember what question I asked him, but it ended up being your mom's house, and I was cosplaying as Jotaro, and I was just like, that's not funny. That's not funny at all. But it was funny though, but it caught me off guard. So yeah, Oshu, thank you so much for joining me up here, man. I'm really excited to interview you again on Who's That Cosplayer. So are you ready to get into this thing?
Yeah.
Awesome. So before we get into today's interview, everybody that's watching, make sure that you like this video, you subscribe to the channel, and you hit that bell button so that way you're always notified when we have new content here on Leveling Up with Benjamin Banks. And as D always says, podcast link down below in the description. Like, follow, subscribe. So let's go ahead and get into this thing. So Oshu, the first question that I ask each and every guest up here is, what is your origin story? Every hero or villain has one. So tell everybody who the Despair King is.
So cosplay wise, right?
Yes, like when you came onto this planet and the cosplay came from space with you, and then it bonded with you. So yeah, tell everybody.
2019, I get a text message. This was right after I left high school. 2019, my friend goes, "Hey, you want to come to this random anime convention that's like 30 minutes away from your house?" And I'm like, "Okay, but there's no way I'm gonna look like normal. I have to dress up. Like I have to. I've been wanting to dress up since I was a kid, because watching Naruto, I was like, I want to be Zabuza, yet I haven't done him yet. So I was like, okay, what is the easiest thing I can do? So I pulled together a Luffy, and I did Luffy for two different outfits of Luffy, and then I was like, okay, that was fun. I'm never doing this again, right? And then I get another text message being like, hey, Hallmat's in December. You should do it. And I was like, okay. And that's when I met some of my cosplay friends that I've been friends with for years now, and they've pushed me to keep cosplaying and stuff. And I was like, okay, I guess I'll stick to it. And then it just stuck. That's awesome. Basically what happened.
That's an awesome origin story, man. You know, I hear that from so many people that, you know, their friends or family push them to, you know, come into a convention. And, you know, sometimes I hear stories where, you know, people, they just always wanted to check out a convention and they ended up just going to it, and, you know, the rest is history. And, you know, how you said that your friends, they pushed you to keep on cosplaying, like you've done so many amazing cosplays over the years. And, you know, from one JoJo fan to another JoJo fan, you know, I love the JoJo cosplays that you do. So I want to ask you now, out of your top 5, give me your top 5 favorite cosplays that you've done so far.
Yeah, you said the top 5. So let's start with the JoJo, of course. Okuyasu being at this point, that's the one that most people remember me for. Which is funny because I literally, I put face paint in my hair for that. That is...
Yeah.
And then
isn't that bad for you? It
was worse back in the day. When I started cosplaying, that was baby powder with gel. So I think the face paint's an upgrade. And then Pesci. Pesci's one of the funner ones I've done. I find it hilarious that nobody's noticed the fact I'm carrying a Moana fishing rod the entire time. That's all for JoJo. Pops from regular show was really fun. I do need to figure out a better makeup tactic. That's dollar store blush. That is 20 pounds of dollar store blush.
I highly recommend what is it called? Mayron. They have some really good makeup.
Yeah, I've been planning to upgrade some of the makeup stuff because I also want to do Muscle Man at some point.
Nice.
So that's 3. I just did them, but Excalibur was such a fun time, genuinely. I didn't expect to have so much fun as a character that doesn't even look like what I'm trying to do. But I was just spinning around. It was great. And then Ayato from Genshin Impact is also one of my favorites. And Gundam. That's 6, but I couldn't decide the last 2.
Hey, the last one was that honorable mention, man. And like that's a really nice lineup that you have. You know, like your Okuyasu, I really, really enjoy that. And like you said, it's one of your most memorable ones. I feel like every cosplayer has that cosplay that is their one that they're most known for. So I want to ask you now, like, do you have any fun stories of when you cosplayed as Okuyasu?
Oh, I feel like I don't know if I ever told you about my first MetroCon.
No,
that was the first time I do Okuyasu Con. It's also my first con that I'm staying at a hotel. It's very new to me. It was a whole experience. So I'm with a Part 4 group. We're walking around the con hall. These are AliExpress type pants. We're walking around the con hall. Let me reiterate. These are very bad pair of pants. And they're like, hey, can you do that like gangster pose on the floor and whatever? I'm like, yeah, sure.
No.
Now, that's not even the best part. This was with Verona, by the way.
Okay.
They were in Josuke. No, they were in Koichi. They had to sew up the pants while I was wearing them in the middle of the artist alley. We were, yeah, in the middle of artist alley. Those pants were getting sewn up. And then we go to a photo shoot outside. I quit after that. I put some shorts on that were the same color and was just wearing the torn pants the entire day.
Oh my god.
There's one more. MegaCon. I fell down the stairs as Okuyasu. I fell down 2 steps. So it's just like, he would fall down the stairs if you really think about it. It's all stuff that would happen to him. He's
exactly.
My unluckiest cosplay.
Oh my god. That's crazy, man. That's crazy. Like, I feel like when you have cosplay mishaps, it can ruin the convention for you, or you can just laugh at it and you can just keep it moving. And I just want to, shout out Verona Roses. You can check out her interview. It is up here on YouTube. Just check it out up here on YouTube. So moving along, I want to ask you now, because we're talking about JoJo's Bizarre Adventure, and I love asking the JoJo question. So I got to ask you, which part is your favorite part? I feel like I already know what it is. I knew it was 4. That's my favorite part too.
It is. That's genuinely the easiest thing to ask me. That's the only question, like anime wise, that I can be like, that and what my favorite anime is. I can answer that so quick. JoJo is just part 4. My cousin, like, who's just started cosplaying more recently, when she came over, she stayed for like 3 months in one summer. I was like, I don't want to rewatch 1, 2, or 3 right now. We're watching part 4. You're starting on part 4. And she loved it. So I think I did successfully. And now she's a part 5 fanatic.
I mean, don't get me wrong. Like, part 5, I like it, but it's my least favorite part. Yeah,
5?
Yeah, I honestly feel, and this is just my opinion. Don't attack me, y'all. But I feel like part 5 is overrated. That's just my opinion. Because I mean, when I go to conventions, like, majority of the cosplayers from JoJo that I see are always part 5. Like, you may see some part 3s in there, you may see some part 4s, but I always see part 5s. I always feel like part 5 is for the younger audience. I don't know. It may just be me.
I think you're correct in that sense, and it's also the one that, like, I know that part 5 had just finished when I started cosplaying, so there was a bunch of part 5 cosplayers that hall mat. I remember, and there's still, like, part 5, I think, is the most cosplayed part that I've at least seen. Like, I think I see more part 5 than 3.
Yeah, and if you do see part 3, most of the time it's just Jotaro and Kakyoin. Like, sometimes you may get lucky, you might see a old man Joseph, you may see a Polnareff, but majority it's just Jotaro and Kakyoin. Sometimes you may even see Avdol. So now moving along, I want to ask you, which JoJo, Joestar that is your favorite JoJo?
Who's that cosplayer?
Chaos Pixie!
Josuke.
Hey, same here. I feel like I know who you're gonna say your favorite villain is. Go ahead and tell me who it is.
My first ever JoJo character that I cosplayed was Yoshikage Kira, my favorite villain. Is
I
Kozaku
give you
Kawajiri?
two pinkies. I give you two pinkies. Oh my god, yes, I agree with you. Like Josuke and Kira are the best. Kira, I mean, like I like Dio, but Kira, like his reasoning for why he's a villain. I mean, like, yeah, he's a murderer and all that stuff, but he just wants to be left alone. He wants to do what he does, and he wants to keep it moving. Like not Kira. Dio wants to take over the entire world, and then it's just weird. Same thing with Cars. Cars wants to take over the entire world, but Cars is underrated. All right, so I gotta ask you now, if you could have your own stand that hasn't appeared in the series, what would that stand's ability be, and what would the stand's name be?
I'm gonna like summarize it because I actually have like one time they were like, make your own stand OC, it's fun. So I did. And it's Night on Bald Mountain.
What?
And it's that song is something I listened to a lot in high school.
Mm-hmm.
But it's a colony stand where it's the number of, so if you look at the score for the song, it tells you like what number of instruments are for each. So it's that many little gargoyles that play different instruments, and it's like a maze thing that like, it was like a mind control maze thing. So if you're stuck in the maze for the amount of time that the song lasts, which is like 10 minutes, then you're under mind control. Like semi-permanently.
Yeah, I'm looking up the song now. Like I just found one version of it, 12 minutes and 46 seconds.
It's Fantasia. That's why I know it. Fantasia. He's my favorite Disney villain is this guy.
Nice.
Which is what the song video is for.
All right, well, look, since you just mentioned Disney, I love Disney, and I gotta ask you this question now, in no particular order, and it can be animated, live action, or computer CGI. Top 5 Disney movies of all time.
Emperor's New Groove, Treasure Planet, Atlantis. Those are the first 3 that pop into mind. I need 2 more. You said 5, right?
Yeah, top 5. Yep. While you're thinking, I'm just gonna say that all 3 of those movies are very underrated movies, especially Treasure Planet and Atlantis.
Lilo and Stitch and Cars.
Ooh, nice. Now, do you like Cars because it's a JoJo reference, or do you just like Cars because it's Cars?
Oh no. When I was a kid, my childhood bedroom in Puerto Rico is Lightning McQueen colored.
Nice.
I have it doesn't show in my room right now because most of it's in storage downstairs, but I have a massive collection of Cars memorabilia.
Nice. That's awesome. That is awesome. Yeah, it's crazy. All of the movies that you just mentioned besides Cars, I watched for the first time last year when I had COVID. I had never seen.
Really?
I know. And I know. Like, people are just like, how have you never seen these Disney movies? And I'm just like, my bad. But I will say that, having COVID, I was able to just go through a list that somebody made for me of all these Disney movies, and I enjoyed all of them, man. So moving along now, and I want to ask you, when you're not cosplaying, what are some of your hobbies that you're into?
I did a lot of video game collecting. I've kind of dialed back on it because cosplay is an expensive hobby. But I like doing pixel art and video game collecting. My video game collection is basically completely alphabetized in an Excel file, and when you open the closet, it is in order alphabetically, and that took me like a month.
Okay. So I want to ask you now, because you are a video game collector, what is the one video game that was the hardest for you to find, or one of the most rarest ones that took you time to get?
Oh yeah, I bought these all at the same time. I think it was 3 for $5 or something at GameStop. It was Sweet Life of Zack and Cody on the DS, the first Ben 10 game on the DS, and SeaWorld. Now, those might not be rare because they're each worth like $1 each now, but those were my childhood ones that I kind of like sold to like buy new games and stuff, and I felt bad about it, so I was like, I need to buy these now.
Yeah, I feel you on that. I feel like when we're younger, especially like with stores like GameStop, or even when I was younger, we had EB Games and stuff like that. And, you just trade in games because you want to get that store credit so you can buy new stuff, but it's like you don't think about how valuable this game is, and then when you try to get it years later, it's like $300. So
oh yeah, I had have you heard of Transformers, like the dinosaur versions? I forgot the name of it.
I didn't know that there was a game.
Well, no, the toys.
Oh, the Dinobots.
Yeah. So, the Predacons, the original ones, the ones that was like the really bad CGI, Beast Wars,
yes.
I had the the Gorilla and the T-Rex. They were worth about $300 each, and I gave them away as a kid.
What was it? It was Optimus Primal, I think that's what his name.
Optimus Primal.
And then I think Megatron was just still Megatron, I believe. Yeah, man. Beast Wars, I will tell you this, man. I watched it a couple of years ago, and the CGI did not age well. I was just like, no. It was hard.
It hurts.
It does, man.
It hurts.
So, final question I have for you, and one of the things that I love about you as a cosplayer is the activities that you do with your friends. You mentioned during the interview that your friends, they push you to keep cosplaying and, keep getting more and more cosplays. And you guys are always doing cool videos and stuff like that. So I want to ask you now for the final question. What has been one of your favorite moments from cosplaying with your friends at conventions?
The raves were always a nice thing. But like, I don't know, just generally just walking around with your people and like just hanging out with them. Sometimes making the videos was always a fun thing. I don't make videos as much as I used to because I'm becoming a tired old man.
I feel that. And you're younger than me, so I feel that.
I always liked doing the little dance videos because I thought they were silly, and just being stupid in cosplay and just joking around is always fun. Just being around like certain people is always just a good time. And there's a lot of people I don't get to see unless it's like twice a year. But when you see them again, it's like, oh, we never stop seeing each other. Definitely. This is just us saying hello again. We saw each other yesterday. What do you mean?
Oh, man. Yeah, I love that, man. And, I feel like, just being at the conventions with your friends, especially when you do group cosplays, because like at MegaCon this year, I was talking with Verona and she had told me that y'all were going to be doing a part 4 group the final day of MegaCon, and I was just like, yo, I'll bring Jotaro. And we all got to do the Morio gang, and it was really cool. And then there was even a Killer Queen there, so it made it even perfect.
Oh yeah, the Deadly Queen.
Yeah, exactly.
I love that kid.
Yeah, really awesome person. It's like as soon as I walked into the con, he saw me, and I was like, bro, we got to take a photo. So we're here at the end of the interview. Oshu, I had a fun time. And before we wrap this thing up, I got to let everybody know where they can find you at on social media land.
Despairkingoshu on basically every social media. I even have a Gmail. I made sure to claim that before anybody else did. But yeah, Despairkingoshu, Instagram, Twitter, Gmail, apparently, Facebook,
MySpace.
I know, hey, I'm not that old, Jesus.
People gonna watch that like, MySpace, what is that?
Oh, on Kick?
Oh, Kick. Oh yeah, now that's old school. Yeah, man. Hey, y'all make sure that y'all go and follow Oshu on all of his social media accounts, and slide in them DMs. Let him know that he's not too old to keep on dancing and making dance videos. And you already know where you can find me, your hero Benjamin Banks, at King Benji _Banks on TikTok, Twitter, and Instagram. You can find me on Facebook at Benjamin Banks. I should be the first person to pop up. If not, then I need to contact Mr. Zuckerberg. And with that being said, thank you everybody for watching this interview. Make sure you check out some more interviews that are up here on the channel. And like I say every time, keep that pinky up, stay positive. We'll see you next time on Leveling Up with Benjamin Banks. Peace.
Thanks again, everybody, for watching another episode of Leveling Up with Benjamin Banks. Make sure you like, follow, subscribe to the channel. Podcast, we got that too. Make sure you give us a thumbs up and hit that bell for further episodes and notifications. Thanks a lot to our patrons. And if you don't mind, join the Patreon. We'll be having new specials coming up soon.